Hey Astra Kids, and welcome back. And this is your 2023 horoscope using Vedic astrology. Just a quick disclaimer here that this is going to be according to Vedic astrology, which is using the sidereal zodiac. So if you're not familiar with what your sidereal moon sign or ascendant sign is, make sure to check out my free calculator down below in the description so that you have the correct information. Also, this horoscope will be according to your moon sign or rising sign. So this is not according to your sun sign, as the rising sign and the moon sign are mapping out your life. In particular, the rising sign is mapping out the lessons and experiences that you are going through, where the moon is mapping out your life according to how you are perceiving it, how it is happening within your mind, how it is making you feel internally. So these are the most important points to read your chart from. If you want to go deeper to understand how your chart actually plays out for you, actually getting into the planets, how they're aspecting one another, different transits, how they're impacting your life, the dasha periods that you're going through, all of these different factors, make sure to check out my brand new website where you can book an appointment with me. So, stepping into 2023, we will see a lot of major changes happen. But in particular, as we are coming into January, we will see Saturn shifting its position. So we've been in this 2.5 year cycle now of Saturn and Capricorn. But Saturn will be stepping into its Mulitricone sign of Aquarius. And this is a very powerful position. Throughout most of 2022, we're going to see Jupiter in the sign of Aries as well. And as we come towards the end of 2023, we're going to see Rahu shifting into Pisces and Ketu shifting into Virgo. We'll see that on October 30th, so more towards the end of the year. But we're going to have some major changes as Jupiter comes into Aries here in April and as Saturn is coming into Aquarius at the beginning of the year. So this is a huge year that is all about moving ahead, all about making some major changes and decisions, about having the confidence to go for what you want. We are going to see Saturn for the majority of this year in the nakshatra of Shatabisha. So Shatabisha is a nakshatra that is very mysterious, that is very much about science and mystery and exploration. It is a very intellectual nakshatra that likes to learn, that likes to delve into the mysteries. So this is a great time for anyone who is into research, anyone who is wanting to learn, wanting to get into their studies. And also this Jupiter in Aries is going to support this as well, because Jupiter will start off its transit in the nakshatra of Ashwini, and Ashwini is a very intelligent nakshatra as well. It is all about getting to the truth, as it is our first Ketu nakshatra. So Ashwini is a nakshatra that is drawn to the mysteries, that is drawn to philosophy, that is all about learning, that is all about absorbing knowledge and information and understanding it at a deeper level. So this is a very academic nakshatra. And so Jupiter is going to do very well as it comes into Ashwini, as Jupiter is again about knowledge, about learning, about travel. Ashwini also is a nakshatra that is all about adventure as well. So it is also akin to traveling. And we're going to see traveling is a theme as well, as Rahu comes into Pisces for some of you. As Pisces is about foreign travels, it is about isolation, spirituality, and so all sorts of long distance travel, whether that is foreign or whether that is happening on a deeper level as far as spiritual journeys and delving deeper. So this is a very interesting year that we are coming into with all of these different moving pieces here. K2 in Virgo is a bit of a tricky position as it can give us some perfectionistic tendencies wherever this is placed in your chart. K2, remember, is a planet that is all about letting go, that is all about surrender. But K2 also has a side to it that is very stubborn because K2 is very much about our belief systems, about our deeper truth. So it is very adamant about what it believes. Remember that K2, although it is about spirituality, it is a very fiery, smoky kind of energy. So there is an intensity to K2, a very transformative energy that is behind it. And so as K2 comes into Virgo, it is a very critical time. It is about perfection, it is about details. And we can see some difficulties related to health as well. There's a lot around health as we're seeing Jupiter coming into Ashwini, which is health related. We're also going to see Rahu in Ashwini as we come into this next year as well, as we're finishing out this transit of Rahu in Aries. And then, of course, we have Saturn that's going to move into Shatabisha, which is also related to complicated illnesses and miracle healing. And so there is a lot that is centered around health, that is centered around healing, that is centered around natural medicines that can come up during this year as well. There can be a lot of war, and we are going to see Rahu coming into a conjunction with Jupiter as well. And so Rahu and Jupiter together is creating a very interesting yoga where we are going to see some explosive energies coming in here. Remember that Rahu is very obsessive. It blows everything up. And Jupiter is a very expansive planet. And we have it in this fiery sign of Aries. So this is going to be a very interesting energy that is all about risk taking, that is all about being daring, courageous, bold, going for what you want. But you want to be careful with that Rahu influence in there, as Jupiter and Aries can give us a great deal of luck and success around our achievements, as Aries is all about that willpower, that strength, that determination, that originality, that ability to pioneer and trend set. But Rahu is a planet that is very unstable, that can get us into some difficulties. So as Jupiter and Rahu come together, this is a great time to plan for what you want, but you also want to use some caution coming into this transit as well. For those of you with Aquarius Moon or Aquarius Ascendant, this is a very auspicious time because your chart ruler is coming into your first house. At the beginning of January, we will see Saturn shifting ahead into Aquarius there in your first house. And this is going to be a major time of self-improvement, of finally getting the momentum and the movement that you've been looking for in life. As Saturn comes into your first house, this can put a lot of pressures and responsibilities on you. This can impact your health at this time. But all of these difficulties that Saturn brings to you is an opportunity for you to improve upon yourself and to put in the effort that you have been waiting to see come into motion. So this is a major time of starting to move in the direction that you want. Saturn coming into this first house can give you a lot of focus, a lot of determination and ambition. This is getting you to think more seriously, more rationally, starting to come up with a long-term plan of how you want to execute all of the tasks and responsibilities in your life. If you are looking at this from your moon sign, this can also bring you some depression and anxiety. So you do want to pay close attention to your mental health and make sure that you are incorporating everything that can help you in this area. This is excellent for any type of meditation practices, self-help. Once again, this is all about your growth and self-improvement. Now, Saturn can bring you a lot of difficulties, particularly at the beginning of this transit, because this is going to be a slow-moving planet. So for a lot of you, the changes that you're looking for are going to move very slowly. So as you start to get to the end of this transit is where you will start to see the growth and the improvement. So very slow moving, but this is going to be ultimately a 2.5-year transit of you making the improvements and adjustments that you've been waiting for. This is a time where you want to pay attention to your communication. You can be very dry, very demanding, very authoritative as Saturn is aspecting over to your third house. And so, how you communicate with others at this time can lead to some conflicts, but you're very determined to get things moving and to start to see those results come through. This can also be a time where you are getting into conflicts with your spouse as well. So, this can be a time where a lot is coming out into the open, where you are being very forthright, once again, in the way that you are communicating and addressing problems. So, this is definitely a time to be more patient and easygoing with your spouse. This also can be a great time for relationships, but ultimately, this is going to make relationships more serious. So, this is about long term. What is it that you're really looking for? Saturn really gets you into this serious mood of thinking about what it is that you are looking for. This can also be a time where you're getting new opportunities business wise, where you can get promotion, where you can step up in your career. But this puts a lot of pressure on you once again. Saturn is looking for you to be more serious, more responsible through this transit. You can get some excellent advice from others as well. You can get a mentor, someone who is very mature coming into your life, helping you with this growth and progress. In April, we will see Jupiter shift ahead into Aries. So Jupiter has been back in Pisces for some time now. And as Jupiter moves ahead into Aries, this is going to make you more social, more outgoing, more so wanting to interact with others. And so you can find that you are participating in more group activities, more projects. This can be a great time to build connections. This is excellent for any of you who are doing careers that involve communication, writing, journalism, speaking, presenting. Jupiter helps to expand your communication and social abilities. This is a time where you can see some difficulties with your education, though. There can be a lot of distractions, a lot of difficulty in this area. So, this is a time to stay more focused, more disciplined in your education. But this ultimately is excellent for any kind of learning as far as philosophy, religion, spirituality. This can be a time where you are more interested in traveling, where you are wanting to explore and to have different experiences. This can also get you in more of an optimistic mindset, more confident, more dynamic in your approach towards life, and it can bring you many opportunities. You can have a lot of happiness, especially in your relationship with your siblings, but also with your spouse. So, this is an excellent time of those issues from the past in your relationships getting resolved through this transit. This Jupiter also can bring you a lot of wealth, a lot of opportunities in your career. This can help to expand your network circle. You can see new people coming into your life, foreigners, people from different walks of life. This also, though, could be a time where there's a lot of change occurring in your friend circle, a lot of people coming and going. So, this is a time where there's a lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of change that's occurring within your life. At the end of October, we will see Rahu shift into Pisces. So Rahu has been back in Aries here in your third house. But as Rahu shifts back into Pisces, it will come into your second house. And this is somewhat of a difficult transit. When Rahu moves back into your second house, this is all about leaving behind the past. And so a lot will come up at this time that needs to be released and let go of. This can be a time of dramatic changes in your finances, in your career, a lot of changes and situations where you have to declutter your life. This is a time where you want to watch out for your diet, your health, and you want to get more on top of your finances and everything that needs to be sorted out. There could be a death or loss in the family, and so this can be a time where any kind of legacies, wills are coming up into the open with this transit. Also, this is a great time with K2 back in your eighth house for any kind of mystical occult studies, getting into astrology, spirituality. This is an excellent time for meditation, but this is a time where any kind of loans, debts, taxes, this will come up, and this is an area where you have to address all of these issues. And so this can be a time where you are losing a lot in terms of your finances, but this is to sort everything out and to leave those past attachments behind.